Hello, Libra, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm an Evolutionary Life Coach, and today I have an intuitive message about your spiritual journey and your spiritual focus for this week. Your first card is the theme of the universe, the theme of your week, and we have got the King of Wands. This is a lovely energy of leadership, of optimism and positivity, and being willing to kind of step out there in front. Be willing to not only put yourself out there, but be willing to be kind of that positive cheerleader, motivating force to get people going. And if they want to stand behind you or next to you, that's fine. But you may find yourself needing to step out of your comfort zone a little more than usual. Okay. Now we've got you as the Ace of Swords, and I see this as continuing that leadership energy. It's coming from within. So it's maybe more subtle than this King of Wands energy, but it's the feeling that it's time to go in a new direction. You're ready to take up that call. For me, this card harkens back to the imagery of the King Arthur's legends, the Excalibur, the sword coming out of the water. And Excalibur, I guess, comes up a few times, doesn't he? Because the first time it's pulled out of a rock, and the second time I think it's taken from a hand. But either way, that sword is like the leadership. I'm picking it up. I'm taking up this new way, and I'm ready to go forward. So you're feeling this inside. And this King is saying to you, okay, put it into action. Don't just talk about it. Don't just feel it. Don't just think it. You've actually got to put it into action. You need to make this happen. Okay. I'm also being reminded to talk to you about the newness of this direction, that this is a new thing for you. And I feel like the disparity between these cards, because this is the Ace, the beginning, and then the King represents the culmination. You're being kind of pushed off the deep end right away. It's almost as if you make this decision and then something larger than life shows up for you, bigger than what you imagined shows up for you. And you have to step up in this big new way. And these two cards are supporting you in that there's nothing you need to waver about. There's nothing you need to be unsure of. If the shoes are there, they fit you. That's really the idea. So you're not being asked to go out of your depth. This is well within your reach. Okay, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and 3 of Pentacles. So this feels like a little bit of struggle. I'm going to put these down for a second. I know my guides will tie it back together at the end, but we're going into a little bit of struggle here. There's an idea. So there's part of you that's comfortable with this idea of success, and there's part of you that's comfortable with this idea of success being recognized by others. But there's a limit to that. There's a point where it wants to stop, where you're like, okay, I'm happy being this successful, but I'm not really happy being that successful, because that pushes me too far away from others. And I'm not sure, where I'm going to stand, how I'm going to stand, how they're going to think of me, how they're going to see me, how I will be perceived if I'm too far away. So you allow yourself to succeed part way, but you're not allowing yourself to succeed to the fullness of your potential. It's really interesting because the 5 of Cups here, you see how we've got 3 cups spilled on the ground, 2 cups upright, and here we're talking about accolades, and there happens to be 3 people there. So you see, we've got a fear of losing those 3 people. And this may literally be 3 people for you, or it just may be a metaphor for a group, a small group of peers or family members or people that you hold in high esteem. And what you need to understand, Libra, is that these are your thoughts keeping you stuck. They're keeping you locked into your own box. They're keeping you in a particular space that no longer suits you, that no longer fits you. You've outgrown this box. You've outgrown this this space that you're trying to inhabit. I mean, it'd be pretty comical to go back to that shoe metaphor where you've got these shoes on and they're clearly too tight and they're pinching your feet, but you're so afraid to let them go because maybe they're the same color shoes that everybody else has. And if you let them go, that might mean you might get a different pair of shoes and all of a sudden you're going to stand out. Well, Libra, that's the point. You have to stand out here. You have to stand out in this instant. You're being asked to stand out. This King of Wands is a fire. Fire doesn't hide in the background. Fires, you know when there's a fire, right? There's either smoke or there's heat or there's light, but there's no hiding of fire. And he's comfortable with that. He's okay coming out. There's still a little bit of you that wants to be in the background, that doesn't really want to be seen, doesn't want the responsibility that comes along with this leadership or with this bigger position for you. If it's any consolation, the people that matter will always stay with you. That's another message of the Five of Cups, that we don't lose all our relationships. We have relationships intact for the future as well. If those relationships cannot sustain you in your new role, it's likely that the lifespan of those relationships is at an end. Because you want people that can grow with you. You don't want people that are going to stunt you. All right. And you're not allowed to use them as an excuse anymore. All right. If you've been doing that, this is on you right now because you've been feeling this stirring. Okay. I know that you've been feeling this inside. That's why I'm saying this. So Libra, allow yourself to be that potential because it's the right time and you've taken it up inside. But anything that you're struggling with, really, it's okay to drop. This stuff doesn't have to come with you. So questions about that, please let me know. Comments, I always love to hear from you. And I'd also appreciate it if you would like or subscribe if you haven't already. I do really, really, really feel grateful for your support for this channel. It's been an interesting amount of time curating this channel, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to share this information with you. So I also wanted to let you know my website, trueguidancetarot.com, is finally updated with new offerings. I have a 3-hour guidance package on different kinds of things: shadow work, codependency, intuitive gifts, anything that you might be interested in focusing on during your spiritual growth. So I invite you to check that out, trueguidancetarot.com. And I will look forward to seeing you next time, Libra. Have an awesome week.